we have a 2007 Honda Civic here. I just bought the car, and I bought it cheap. It's got 213,000 miles on it. And the first thing that you notice is that the radio comes on, but you're not hearing any music out the speakers. Sorry about that. The only speakers that are working are just these two little tweeters, which that's all the way turned up. But anyways, neither of the two door speakers or the two rear speakers in the rear deck are working. So I've kind of looked around, and on the 06 through 11 Honda Civic, it looks to be fairly common that the speakers actually blow. So I've looked online about buying replacement speakers from Honda, because you can buy aftermarket speakers, but aftermarket speakers, when you hook them up to a regular Honda radio, don't sound that great. You kind of have to buy an aftermarket radio as well. And since I bought this car cheap, I'm not looking to spend a whole lot of money. So I really don't want to spend like $100 on speakers and then spend like another $200 or $250 on a nice radio. So I'd like to just use the original radio because it appears to work. You can hit different stations and it goes through the stations. The display is kind of hard to read here. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but it does come on, it does work. So I'm hoping it's just going to be the speakers. I think they sell the speakers for like 40, I don't know, $40 a piece or something, 45, 49 bucks a piece or something like that on Amazon. So before I make the investment of buying the speakers, I'm going to pull them out and test them. And we'll start by doing the rear speakers. Look the easiest. The two front speakers are easy as well. Looks like you just take the door panel halfway off and just kind of pull the bottom of the door panel out. So these speakers are pretty cool looking setup. It's just a plastic ring around the speaker with two hooks that kind of hook in and just a single bolt that holds it in. So you're not going to have like 4 or 5 bolts holding the speakers in. So give me just a second here and we will remove one of the rear speakers and we'll test it, and I'll show you how to test it with a voltmeter. Alright, here we are in the back seat now. What I did was I folded down the back seat just to give easier visibility so you don't see the headrest. So like I said, this is an 07 4-door Civic EX, and here's the rear speakers. They're going to be underneath this cover here. It looks like there's a tab holding the speaker grill this way and a tab holding it this way. So you're going to want to pry on the front here or this side over here. I got this little plastic pry tool. You can find these like at the dollar store or any like AutoZone or a like a automotive parts store. You just want to get started just a little bit, kind of just work your way around. Here we go. And see how I'm pulling it up like this? See how there's like this little tab. So when it goes back together, you can put it in there first. Put it down like that. Alright, and hopefully you guys can see this, but here's the speaker itself. And here is the one bolt that's going to hold it in. Let's see, is that a 8mm? Alright, just need a little ratchet. This is a 1/4" drive ratchet with an 8mm. Get that started. Got the rest by hand. And now you want to grab where that's at. And there is a little foam gasket that's probably going to be stuck when you pull this up. But as you pull this up, it just hooks. There is a connection of a plug here on the back. You're going to squeeze the 2 outer tabs off, you can see that. And there you go. There's the speaker. It's that easy. Here's that little rubber gasket. It's just because the age the gasket was sticking to the car itself. I might just put like a little dab of glue just to hold the gasket back on there a little bit better. But now we'll go to the workbench and I'll show you how to test this speaker and see if it's good or not. well, not the workbench, but we are here on the kitchen table. There's better lighting and it's easier for me to show you guys this. So I went ahead and pulled both the rear speakers out of the vehicle, just because I have a good feeling they're going to be blown. And I do have a set of 6x9 speakers in boxes here that I know that are good speakers, so that way I can show you what a good speaker is supposed to register as. Looking online, these speakers are a 4 ohm speaker. So they should come back at 4 ohms. If it's anything other than 4 ohms, that's how you know that they're blown. I mean, it could be off just a hair. It could be like 4.1, 4.2, or 3.8 or 3.9, but you need it to be at 4 ohms. Same thing, these 6x9 speakers are 4 ohm speakers as well. And here we just have a regular old voltmeter. First, you want to turn your voltmeter to the, hopefully you guys can see this, to ohms. Now that it's on ohms, it is set at a millionth of an ohm, not actual ohms. I mean, it's because it's at 0 more or less. We're just going to touch the positive and negative to the back of the speaker here. And it's coming in at 6.8, 7.1, 7.4, 7.5, 7.6 millionth of an ohm. So it's not even coming back at an ohm. And the other speaker, same thing, 3.3, 3.4. And if you look, it's still on M, on millionth of an ohm. If you look, it's hard to show you guys. But next to the ohm symbol is an M for millionth. Now, on a good speaker, the M disappears and it's right at 4.0, 4.1, 39, 39. It's a 4 ohm speaker, so it's right at 4 ohms like it's supposed to be. And if you can see, the M goes away. If I disconnect it, the little M comes back looking for millionths. When I go back to this speaker, the M's still there, like I said, 7 millionths of an ohm. And it's fluctuating all over the place. It's not giving a good solid reading by any means. So the good news is for me, it appears all my interior speakers are blown. These are just factory cheap speakers from Honda. Like I said, the car is an 07, so these are quite old. And I guess the question is, I guess I just buy 4 new replacement speakers online. Alright, so I purchased speakers for the Civic and I changed my mind. I was going to go with the original Honda speakers. Just because I know they sound good. But once I saw the price of them, and obviously they're some cheap Chinese-made speakers, I went with the route of buying these Kenwood speakers. I'll put a link in the description below, but they weren't expensive. I think they were like $40 a set, so like 80 bucks, I believe. But then to make the installation easier, I went ahead and purchased these 2 wiring harness. Well, actually, there's 4 of them. There's 2 in a package. This way, they plug directly into the car's wiring harness, so no wires are cut or anything like that. So I got 2 of those, and if you need to know, the part number is Metra 72 7800. And then I also bought these speaker adapters. So you bolt the speakers to these like rings, and then this ring bolts right back into the car the way it's supposed to, factory. Same thing, this is made by Pack, and the part number is HSB 524. So then we'll just do the install of the speakers into here, and then we'll attach the wires to it, and then put them in the car, and it should be that easy. Alright, got all 4 speakers, wiring harness is attached. Time to go back outside to the car and install them. Alright, now to install the speakers, take your old plastic pry tool, start from the outside, pop this corner up, it hinges that way because there's 2 little tabs on the inside. Take the cover back off, take our speaker. There's 2 tabs here. You'll see there's 2 slots in the rear deck. Put those tabs in the slot. Drop the speaker down. Take the original bolt. The same 8mm that we had the first time. Alright, now we're bolted all the way down. Probably can't see this under here, but I'm just going to take the plug and just plug it in.
It's 2 Yankees and a Tiger.
Simple as that. Now we have sound. So I don't have it on the radio just because I don't want YouTube to kick it off due to copyright. Speaker grill, 2 tabs.
1,574 games. It's 1 pitch to Goldschmidt. Swinging and a miss. Good fly.
And there's one in the rear. We'll do the same exact thing on the other side.
And this goes back to the 40.
Alright, now we're going to try to do a front door speaker without removing the entire door. Same thing, plastic tool. Door from here. Go around the panel. We just need to get it loose enough so the panel is loose. I don't want to do the long route of taking the entire door panel off. Same thing, there's a single 8mm. Here, see if I can bring the camera in. So from here, we're just going to pull the panel out. Here's the speaker. There's that 8mm bolt that I'm just loosening. There's 2 little tabs in the bottom of the speaker held in. I'm going to continue to take out this 8mm. Trying to do this one-handed here. Not having a whole lot of luck. There we go. So you can see that there's a little square there, a little square there. The tab on each side here. It just holds it in. Give me just a second here. There we go. I just had to get the plug unplugged there. Here's the wiring harness. And here's the wiring harness. And now to install the new speaker. Give me just a second. Here's a minute later. Both the tabs went in the slot.
Side retired. The inning is over.
Upper 8mm bolts in there. Plugged in the harness. We got sound. And now you can see we're just gonna.
At Kroger, we
I don't know if you can tell these little.
shouldn't be hard to find. That's why we work with local farms.
I don't know if you can see this or not. These little white tabs, they just push into these black grommets. So we'll go around the entire door and then just pop these kind of like so. Kind of pop them with our hand back shut.
Kroger, fresh for everyone.
All right, door panel's back on. All it is, I just went around the edges here. It's that simple, guys. So hopefully you learned something from this video. It's very common for the 06 through 11 Honda Civics need the speakers replaced. It's a pretty simple job. Didn't take me much time at all to do. If you want to order the Honda speakers, I'll put a link to those. They were just a little more expensive. Like I said, I think these Kenwood speakers were 40 bucks a pair, so I think I paid 8 bucks for these speakers, plus the adapter plates and wiring harnesses. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching.